Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Command Point Bats Grand Finals between Shane and Micromancer, Astartes versus Heretic Astartes. This is Sean, aka Dwigged, and I am joined by Chris and Ryan. That's Ryan Command Point, and Beernid. How's it going, fellas?
It's going good, brother. Excited.
Yeah, man.
I feel like,
After
yeah, go ahead.
like, yeah, I was about to say after like so many months, or at least it feels like it's been months of running this tournament. It all comes down to these potentially next three games.
I know that's what I was just starting to say. That I think it's been 2 months that this tournament's been going, and here we are, grand finals. It is going to be 2 out of 3. Ryan, do you know the specifics of how Shane and Micromancer came up with what missions and maps they'll be playing on for these 3 games?
Yeah, so what they did was they went through each kind of map setup and deployment. Basically, they just went through the mission packet and then they banned all of the missions until they came down to just three. And those three are going to be the ones that they're going to be playing, I believe, is how they decided it. So pretty cool. You see that in a lot of esports with like banning certain like champions and League of Legends. Serpent, I think they do it in Rainbow Six Siege. They ban certain operators. So pretty cool thing that they've done here for the finals.
So they just
To
alternated. They could like one at a time block a certain deployment and mission from coming up.
Yeah. So like if like one of them didn't like a certain deployment on a certain map or just a certain map in general, or they didn't like the number of objectives on the table, then they would just go ahead and ban it until they got down to three, I think is how they went about doing that.
Cool. That seems like a nice way to do it.
Yeah.
And then did they randomize for which one comes up for each game of the 3?
I believe so. I feel like they must have.
Yeah, I think they knew. I think it was turn one. They knew it was going to be this map. They know what turn two is. And then so I guess they would know what turn three is then too, or game three, I should say. And so this was the one that Shane was talking about for round one. So it does seem like they knew. So looking at this is the one that I believe is one that Shane picked. And it's an interesting one. I think that it definitely does favor the Marines there, right? Because they have that durability. They're trying to wait till turn two, get that death denied locked up. And, with the separation there between the deployment zones, they might have death denied or battle brothers and the storm shields locked up before the heretics could make it in.
Right on.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean that sounds fair because now it's hard to tell because it looks like it's pretty open in the middle and there are lots of different ways to get to the middle. But when you're actually looking corner to corner, the way the walls are on this map, which I love, the 3D walls, it really helps visualize what line of sight looks like. When you go kind of corner to corner, there's a lot of line of sight blocking when you try to look across there. So. You can definitely find ways if you have like one or two guns that you're trying to stay away from. If I remember correctly, Micromancer has one plasma gun. Was that his heretic?
Yes.
Yeah. So it makes it a little bit easier for Shane to maybe try to avoid that. Figured 6 inches isn't going to get him far enough to get him a clean shot at everything. So, and that could come down to initiative 2. If he gets to go second, he might be able to position himself better for that shot. But yeah, there's some decent line of sight blocking when you actually look deployment zone to deployment zone. They're not just going to be running straight forward at each other like some of the other maps are. Actually, I think that's the first thing that happened. I think it was like missions 3 and 4 is what they got rid of first, which I think were the two like run at each other deployments.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's probably, it would be an interesting thing to see either way, right? Because that's kind of what both teams want. They want to just kind of like get in. And I think both players think that they have the upper hand in this scrum. So it'll be very interesting to see what actually happens when they do start to get in.
Yeah. All right, some people asking what about entrance music here. So I think for For Heretic Astartes, it's got to be. Well, let's see. That's why was it playing that?
Yeah.
It's like hardcore Doom. That's always what I think of when I think Heretic Astartes. It's got to be Doom.
Yes. It'll be heavy metal.
Yeah, and then I don't know, something for Shane. I don't know.
Arguably, also heavy metal. I mean, it's like Black Templars. That's most likely what he's going to be running. So
No, I'm playing Yakety Sax for Shane though. Okay.
So we have the armies coming out, or the list coming out, and Shane is bringing out 4 Storm Shields for this first game. That's what I was kind of expecting, because that's where he's going to have that advantage. Is hopefully getting in melee and then surviving, right? But Micro, on the other hand, is thinking, okay, I have Khorne Berserkers. I'm going to throw enough attacks that I'm going to bypass those shields. So it's just going to be, really
crazy,
interesting here. So he's got his Vanguard Sergeant veteran there with the Relic Blade and the Storm Shield. Always great against, Space Marines or Chaff, depending on what he brings. Let's see. We got Power Fist Veteran Sergeant. We've got the Stern Guard Sergeant Leader.
Yep.
So
Special
Power
issue
Fist.
bolt gun.
With the bolt gun, yeah.
Yeah,
The special issue bolt gun with the AP.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vanguard Veteran Zealot, Lightning Claw, kind of a cheaper, more value build kind of a guy there. And then Vanguard Veteran Combat, Power Fist, as well as his Intercessor Sergeant. Intercessor Sergeant's just always good. Good as a non-specialist. He's got those, he's got 3 attacks base. He doesn't need a specialism on top. He is good enough.
Yeah, and what's that, like 16 points, something like that?
Yep. It would be, so 16 plus 4, so it comes to 20 even with the Power Fist.
Oh, Power Fist, right.
Okay.
Does anybody else having the map kind of bug out on them?
I think they're trying to.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they deleted something on accident. Perhaps.
Okay. Yeah. So now we can also see over on this side for Shane, he picked as secondaries Domination, Bounty Hunters, and Obliteration.
So they have the deployment roll coming out already?
Yeah, those secondaries are really good for Shane's team.
So Micro gets 7. I didn't see what Shane got on his roll, but
I see a 4.
I think he got a 4.
Okay.
It looks like. Yeah. So those are great secondaries for Shane. He's got all those Power Fists in his list and the Relic Blade. Those are all D3 weapons, so great for obliteration. Domination is kind of interesting. I guess he's going to be wanting to get up and just get stuck in combat, and I feel like the middle is where we'll see a lot of action take place on this map. And then third one he took was Bounty Hunters, right? Yeah, that's just a great one. That's almost like an auto take for most teams, I want to say, on this packet.
Yeah, especially melee, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Did Shane make him switch sides?
He did. That's what I wonder about. I wondered, is this some last game mind games?
Oh man.
Or last round mind games, I think.
Well,
you see this stuff sometimes.
Yeah, if you want the upper hand in negotiation, you change the location of the meeting at the last second. So I think that's what he's going on here. What a dick. All right.
I expect slow rolls to be happening in this match.
It's arena, man.
Yeah.
All the deployments are supposed to be at least mostly even, but I come to find out a lot of these deployment zones actually are not perfectly symmetrical.
Yeah, they should be, but I think...
Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so it's not going to light up my cursor if I look over there, but his deployment zone that he moved to does have that extra little slice here in the back. If you look at that back section.
Yes.
Yep. It's got a little gap in there that the other deployment zone does not have. So I don't know if he's going to use that.
Yeah, right.
I think his team wants to be moving forward, but I guess we'll see.
All right, what do we see from Micro's team over here? Combat Berserker champion. Another Corn Berserker, veteran Corn Berserker. Cultist deployed. We have a gunner with the what kind of flamer is that? That's like the strength. Oh, it is a strength 4 regular flamer. Cultist, another flamer gunner. The leader is a cultist champion. Cultist. And there's that Chaos Space Marine gunner with the plasma gun.
So does Micromancer not have a third specialist here? I'm only seeing a veteran in combat and a leader. I might be missing somebody.
Combat leader, veteran. Yeah, I only see 2.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. It's not like he was limited in. Oh, that Chaos Space Marine gunner. If he is a plasma gun, he's definitely a sniper, and it just doesn't say on his name.
So it does
There's
say
no
he has
way.
the plasma. So he is equipped with the plasma.
Yeah, there's
So
no
that
way.
must be him. Okay, so that's going to be a sniper.
He's not a sniper.
No, well, so he did the battle scribe to TTS thing, and it doesn't have him listed as a sniper on that card either. But that doesn't mean it shouldn't be. As long as Shane knows, then it's all good.
And for those of you watching on stream, Shane's models do have jump packs modeled on them, but they do not physically have jump packs. It's just what he had available via TTS for the Black Templars. And speaking of Black Templars, that is the sub-faction that is being run today by Shane with his Astartes. And down below, we have the Renegade Chapters sub-faction being run for Micromancer. So both teams re-rolling charges. I guess that ended up being important because both teams in the final with the same kind of a sub-faction. Very interesting thing to have happened.
Yeah.
Two Marine teams, both re-rolling charges, both melee focused. It's a mirror in a lot of ways. It's just going to come down to the finer points. Yeah, like what's better, the durability of the Storm Shields with Death Denied and Battle Brothers, or the efficiency that comes with fighting twice to up to 3 times with one of the Corn Berserkers in a single round and just drowning your opponent in volume of attacks. It's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, and both
interesting to see.
Both teams re-rolling charges, right? That's Black Templars re-roll charges. And what's that subfaction called for Heretic?
Renegade Chapters.
Renegade Chapters, yeah.
Sean, you are coming in a little quiet.
Alright, I'll crank it here. So my prediction after the last semifinal was that this game was going to be decided by, or this kind of 2 out of 3 would be decided by initiative rolls, and that they were not going to be close games. They were going to be very swingy and very much decided by initiative rolls. So I'm staying by that for now.
Yeah, quite possible, huh? It's going to be hard to be one-sided, right? Because they're so... Like, turn 1, it's going to be about who holds more. I don't think there's going to be a kill unless Shane gets some cheeky shots off. With his grabs, I think he's got 2 grabs in the list, potentially. Maybe only 1 grab. Look here. But it's going to be... Oh, here comes the initiative roll, actually. Here we go.
Micro rolls 7.
Yeah. Shane got 11. So Shane's going first.
See a vet move from Micro. Just moving up that vet Corn Berserker. Hopefully trying to get that turn 1 charge.
Yeah. It's interesting that he went to the side there. Usually what you see with these guys quite a bit is just getting to the center with that vet move, because with the re-rolling charges, 9-10 inches, something like that, is not that far for that charge.
Mm-hmm. This also gives him the option to get to... makes it a little bit easier for him to get to that farther objective for a turn 1 hold.
Yep, true.
So I'm sure that there's some flexibility there depending on whether or not he wins initiative. if he kind of plays it halfway, he could kind of get himself right behind this wall, preparing for a turn 2 charge, but getting the hold on the for turn 1 scoring.
Yeah, it's interesting because it looks like Micro might be going for that far objective for a hold, actually, whereas Shane has come up. I keep saying Sean today for some reason. So Shane has come up and gotten into position for a really good charge. So I really like Shane's positioning of this Vanguard Sergeant right now. And this is going to be one of those games where that's just kind of what's going on. Is it's just, one slight advantage or one mistake is going to be what takes it for these guys because they're both so clean.
Yeah.
Micromancer and Shane are just like almost robotic in some of their games sometimes.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like that plasma gunner is going to get a shot in this first turn. He's going to have to advance to get into position, so that he's not going to get one, I don't believe.
I mean, there are some angles he might be able to play around, but
yeah, he would, I think, be able to get a shot on the combat sergeant because there's a threading the needle thing that if you look right through the middle, I'm not sure if you can see my hand icon on the map, but there's a way, if he can get to here, he can thread that needle and be through on that combat spec.
Yeah, like if he comes up like on those crates, you can kind of draw a straight line almost
I don't know if
the door.
I don't know if 6 inches will get him there, though.
Yeah. I mean,
if he deployed up on the door, maybe.
If he was right at the door, yeah, for sure. But
I think I wish I could do the double tab, light him up, that we usually do, but I'm able to do that on here right now. But this guy here, the Vanguard Veteran Combat Spec, I believe is potentially in danger because if you look through the middle there, a perfectly placed guy could get a shot.
Yeah.
It's just going to come down to, can he get his guy to that right spot? And even with plasma, right? He's got to go through that storm shield. It needs a 5 because it would need a 5 on the out of action roll, 5 or 6. Because he's within 1 inch of obscuring terrain. So interesting positioning.
Yeah. The other option that Shane had when coming into this game would be to not run as many Storm Shield melee guys and run a couple grab gunners. And I was kind of surprised that he didn't really bring those guys for this first encounter, but I mean, this is a best of 3 series, so if this first game doesn't go the way he wants it to with this list, he might change it up, or he might have just brought these guys to kind of throw Micro off the scent, because that list I'm talking about is literally the exact same list that I ran against Micro. And so maybe that's what Shane figured Micro would be expecting and kind of planned for, so I don't know. There's so much like data for both these players at this point about each other.
Yes.
That it's kind of like they kind of have a pretty decent feel for each other at this point. And you just don't get that in like other live tournaments, really.
Yeah, and I mean that's a huge thing, right? Like for people that are watching that may not be aware, this has been going on for months now. We've had so many games actually streamed that you could watch what your next opponent was going to be doing. And this is also the largest tournament that's ever happened before for Kill Team. I mean, it's just like there's so many factors to this right now. So coming in with 65 players that was going on, that meant a lot of games to actually see what your opponents were going to do. If you were able to be on there and watch and see what they were doing, kind of see like, oh, okay, here's a likely situated faction or player that he's playing against. And so it's probably safe to guess that if I have to face him, it's going to be similar to this. And these two actually do play each other quite a bit off of the Bay Area open maps and all that too, from what I understand.
Yeah, just like I almost wanted to say scrimmage games, but like just pickup games. Yeah.
Yeah. Game 1 of 3, movement phase, round 1. And we are now moving to Heretic Astartes movements. So Micro did do what I was thinking. He's going for that early hold more, just trying to eke that extra point. So he used his veteran rather than to make a big threat. He got him onto that point, which now he's hoping if he can survive shooting and things like that, he will have hold more to Shane's hold 1. There won't be any fighting, basically, for the kill 1, kill more. He might actually even be able to get that cheeky shot I was talking about if he could thread that needle and get super lucky. He has the reroll still. So that could be interesting. We could have Micro get hold 1, hold more, kill 1, kill more in this first round. It is possible.
Yeah.
Especially if he could go somehow onto that Intercessor Sergeant and not the Vanguard Veteran with the Storm Shield.
I don't know about that one. I'm just looking at it from the angle that model would be shooting at right now, and I think the Vanguard Veteran combat spec completely just kind of plugs that hole.
Yeah, definitely. The combat spec is going to be probably what's the only thing visible. He might be able to get a cheeky shot off on the Veteran Sergeant, but really, if you can take out the combat spec, who's basically built the same, but he's going to have that one more attack, kind of like take out that combat spec.
Yeah. He is definitely, him and the Vanguard Sergeant with the Relic Blade are, I guess, probably two of the biggest threats, or at least two of the biggest threats that are also the hardest to kill in Shane's roster. So an early shot on that could be detrimental if all goes accordingly.
Yeah, well, Micromancer needs to be whittling down these Space Marines.
Yeah.
Durability is just so huge. Death Denied, Battle Brothers, Storm Shield, and the fact that even with a flesh wound, that transhuman physiology rule keeps them hitting just as good as if they were full health. So it's like you gotta start rolling dice against these guys. And especially turn 1. You gotta do something big turn 1, which is why, I thought it was interesting that Shane placed where he did, because right now he doesn't have Death Denied loaded up, as far as I know. He could have started.
He's just got 2 CP left, yeah.
Okay. Oh, he's got 2 CP left? So he started under strength?
He has 2 CP, period.
Okay, so he did not start under strength. Okay, because I was like, oh my gosh, if he'd started under strength and then did that vet move, I thought that could have been a blunder there, but...
Yeah.
No, they were measuring just then to see if this...
the case.
Yeah, they were just measuring to see if this gunner would have flamer shots over at this combat spec. It was at pretty much exactly 8 inches. I'm curious what they determined. I suppose we'll find out very soon.
Yeah, it's all about this point right here. If you can see where my hand is, by these boxes. Because by here, you can thread through that center, right through to that combat spec. Yeah. It's one of the quirks of this map that after, we were playing this, doing the playtesting in January, I think. So February maybe at the latest. And it's one of the things we found is that there is that cheeky that firing lane that does not seem obvious until you've been on this map, a dozen times, basically.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that leader definitely has a shot. Now, it looks like... So the model got knocked over in there. Yeah.
Okay. So he's got the Chaos Gunner with the Flamer. I'm unable to measure, but it does look like he's 8 inches away, right?
It looks like they're trying to place him within 8.
Yeah. Chris, if you want to change your color to white, then I think you'll be able to measure, and we'll actually be able to see your cursor on stream and stuff.
As long as we're not giving them information by.
Yeah. We don't want to.
I'll be careful. I'll do my best. Okay, so I am now a white hand on the board. That's cool. Yeah, so I'm going to wait until after they've finished moving and are locked in before kind of talking about some stuff.
Yeah, that's smart.
Because I move cursors around too much, actually. Like you said, it could just kind of influence. That's what they say about science, right? Is you can't study something without changing it somehow.
Yeah.
So maybe they see our cursors moving around and our little arrows lighting up to the side like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, wait a minute, pay attention right there. There's something. All right, what's going on in the chat? Oh, we got people saying death to the false emperor in there. Ooh, I don't know about that, guys.
That's
I don't know about
heresy.
that.
That is
Yeah.
heresy.
That emperor
Also,
has a storm shield.
That may just be a pro tip for Micro. Because I think we were talking to Micro a little bit, and he was talking about how he always forgets to use Death to the False Emperor.
Yeah.
Not even forget to use it. It's just an inbuilt ability for Chaos. So.
Yep, and it's just another factor for this match, right? It's like, what are the odds that you would end up here, and one of the factions has something inbuilt that's saying, oh, when you get 6s, something great happens for me, it's bad for you, just because of who you are. It's an interesting thing to have happened. All right, so Micro's still making his advance moves, getting that Chaos Cultist up towards the top. Micro's got a lot more models to move, I think, so could see a little bit longer activations for him whenever he has to go. So who do you guys think has this, right? I mean, Ryan, Sean, do you guys have a pick? I mean, I know Shane's your boy, right? We have a fellow Command Point podcast guy playing. Is it hard to have an unbiased thing? And I mean, do you guys rate Micro's chances at all?
I wear my biases proudly. And, I think that Shane he's gonna win it, but right now in this instance, I don't think it's looking good for him. Just because he won that turn 1 initiative, and so like look at the board state right now. Micro already is going to be getting hold more.
Yeah,
and then after those into turn 2 movement, after these berserkers come off those zones, then it's just going to be cultists that are going to be holding those points. And the berserkers are just going to be tied in combat, and then even if they last like just one more turn, even if they just last like turn 2, that's going to be huge. And so I definitely think Shane needs to he'll have to like do something drastic if it plays out like that.
Yeah, turn 2 is just going to be a bloodbath. So the sniper gunner is going to come over. He's looking right now exactly what I was talking about. He's looking at, if you're looking at the red marker on the screen right now, he was just measuring to see through. Shane, I'm listening on the chat. He had forgotten about that, so he is getting caught right now by this. Problem is, I think Shane's being a bit cheeky here. So he's actually
a gunner somewhere else.
Yeah, he's going to try, I think, maybe to get something there or maybe to protect him. I think what Shane actually did, he might be feigning surprise there, but the Intercessor Sergeant is right there to eat a Battle Brothers.
I'm not sure.
So he is moving there for... Ooh, he wants him to be closer, I guess, but I don't know if he's going to be able to see through there.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the by the boxes was the one that I knew of.
I'm looking from the top of the jump pack. It's close.
Yeah, but Shane has this Intercessor Sergeant packed in there, so I don't know if he's being cheeky or what, because I just heard him on the chat say, so I'm listening to both you guys and the chat. I heard him say like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But here's this Intercessor Sergeant perfectly placed with 2 wounds to eat 1 wound from this this thing. So I don't know how surprised he actually is there. Because it just so happens that he's got the perfect model in the perfect position or right where that would be.
Yeah, what we've learned about Shane through this tournament is that he puts in his prep time. So I kind of have the feeling that he knew that was there. But what I didn't notice was because of where Micro placed his gunner, Micro could have just like readied and he would have had a shot in, I think. It looked like they were trying to see if from the deployment zone he would have a shot at that leader.
Interesting.
But that would have been long range obscured. So it'd be 1 shot hitting out of 5. So I'm guessing that Micro just decided that wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I mean, and this is what you're going to see after 65 players. You know, these guys at the top, these both will have extreme beardiness, right? And they're going to have options available to them that they don't even use, perhaps. Like they're setting up for something like, oh, I could ready here. I mean, there would be gotchas in any other match that they're just going to be kind of like not favoring because they need to be more exact, more precise, more clean, perhaps. And it's going to be a very interesting thing to see what plays out over these next few games. So going back to the biases thing, we were having fun about. So how do you guys think Shane's going to win this? Now Shane told me before this started that I think he was joking, but he kind of said, I'm going to sweep it. It's going to be 2-0. Do you think that's the case? Do you think that's possible against a player like Micro?
Well, I mean, if anybody can do it, it's Shane.
Yeah, true.
Like,
the thing is here though is that he's relying so heavily on storm shields on one wound models. So I mean, at a point, it's just like sometimes you reroll a 1 into a 1, and then like what are you gonna do? And that just kind of you can only rely on that so far, and especially going through however many games Shane had to play to get to this point. He obviously survived it. It would just be so easy for just a couple storm shields to fail him, and have that be it.
And we're gonna see, because they're moving into the shooting phase. We're about to see how the storm shields do. Oh, here we go. Got that thing falling, and Shane is saying.
They're just controlling because he knocked his flamer gunner.
Yeah, they're making sure that it's exactly placed right again. Yeah, Shane is bemoaning the fact that he won that initiative there, and is now he doesn't have any shots, but Micro does, and that's going to be a big thing. And interestingly, I think that initiative's going to be huge too in round 2, because look at this board state. Everybody re-rolling charges, set up basically, like a football pitch. This is just going to be a massacre next round. Initiative is going to be huge.
All right, so Micro just shot with the flamer gunner, I think, and he only wound up getting 1 shot off, wounded, and then it was saved by the storm shield. And Shane rolled a 2 for another save. I think this is with the plasma gunner.
Shane just said that he was at 2 CP. I'm not sure if he started under strength or what, but he should have only been 1 after the vet move.
I'm not sure if
Shane did not
vet move. Yeah, because he won the turn 1 initiative.
That's right. Okay, so only Micro vet moved. So he would still have had 2. Okay, so he's got 1 left, 2-1 down below. All right.
Yep. So he has he used Battle Brothers with his Intercessor Sergeant. So now the Intercessor Sergeant is down to 1 wound.
Yeah. Here comes the plasma shot.
Yeah.
He's overcharging.
That shot was just from those shots were just from the 2 Chaos Cultist gunners.
Okay, he's splitting shots. He's in rapid fire range. He's going to do 1 and 1, 1 into the combat, 1 into the one behind him. Here comes the first one. No.
Misses.
Second one. No. Oh, that's big.
That's huge. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all for shooting.
Not bad. That's really probably the best that Shane could have.
Ooh, and it looks
expected.
like
so Shane gets domination
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's why he had to move the guy there.
Yeah. So there's going to be hold more for Micromancer. Nobody killed. Shane's going to get hold 1. So it's going to be a tied game at this after round 1, unless Micro got a secondary of some kind.
Micro has data recovery, vicious assault, and bounty hunters.
So so no secondaries for this. So it's going to be a tied game. Yeah, because Shane's going to have hold 1 in domination. Micromancer is going to have hold 1, hold more. So 2-2. The end of round 1, and look at this board. This is just going to be insane. Initiative is going to decide this game right now.
So much right now, yeah.
Yep. Round 2 initiative. Here we go, guys.
So now Shane
got a 5.
3 CP.
Nope.
Both players are at 3 CP.
Oh, so Shane goes first because Micro got a 6 or a 5. Shane got a 10. So we're going to wait and see. Is there going to be a decisive? Because this is going to be massive.
Yeah.
Okay, so Micro, I believe, is going to decisive. Yeah. And it doesn't look like Shane is going to contest. He said go for it. Now he's saying he's going to think about it. So let's see.
Oh, man.
This is big.
Like,
So
like what is the play here for Micro?
I mean, he could
Micro-
tie up like 3 or 4 models.
Yeah.
You know,
If he
just how
gets, he
clumped
can
up
get
they are
onto
over
that
there.
objective. Yep, he can get on that objective and be in with Intercessor Sarge, Veteran Sergeant in the combat. And then he would fight twice before those guys fight anything. And in fact, he could actually activate him a second time with one of the tactics, or a third time with one of the tactics. To let a single Berserker fight 3 times. So Micro is just lighting everybody up. He's going to charge everybody. And a 6. He does have a reroll.
Now, is he allowed to reroll if he can reach a target, though?
I don't know. It might just be reroll charges. I know that Gene Stealers, it's only failed. Yeah, he's into those 2. All right, that one, I guess.
He's taking the reroll, gets an 8. That's definitely better. I think that gets him in contact with 3. Think he can get the vet combat and the veteran sergeant there. Actually, no. I think that sergeant's a little too far away.
So did he re-roll that and get an 8?
He did.
Okay. So that's fine. I'm wondering why he's taking this long way. He could have went to the right maybe and then just straight up. Oh man. So now he's going to end up only on 1 guy. But he is kind of blocking some stuff up. Actually, he would be in on 2. Because he'd be in on his Vanguard Sergeant Veteran. And they are double checking here. Looks like. So they're saying 4.8 to right there. So about 5, and then 3 more inches in. So he could get to this other guy. Because from about where he was, 3 more inches.
I think those
he wouldn't
two
get on all
models,
3. It would just be these 2. And then
it's so close.
What it is he would be too far away from the veteran sergeant. He's trying to get into
all 3.
These 2 at the top and the one on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're too far away because that's 3.3 inches. It's so hard to tell on TTS, but it looks like they're 3.3 inches. Yeah. They're 3.3 inches, and the base 32 mil is about 1.25 ish. So when you figure the inch on either side, it's really hard to tell in TTS. But
yeah, now they're kind of saying like, okay, if I stand him up like this, is that legal? Is that in? So he would be within 2 of that. Micro's just trying to get everything he can get out of this guy. He's trying to be on that objective. He's trying to be in with these guys that are at top and bottom.
Yeah, and it's fair.
This is millimeters here.
Yeah, I really think it should be ruled in arena that the boxes, like, there is no vertical measuring, like, period.
Okay.
I think it should go that way. I don't know if that's how people tend to do it because it just gets so kind of silly when it's, you're standing on a box that doesn't cost you anything to move over, but if you're on it, now you need to measure the diagonal. It's like, it's kind of dumb. So, because I think also like, these barrels are over the 1.5 inches that you're allowed to go over freely, but people still go over them freely. So, but anyway.
So Oodsickle's asking what happened. Micro got a decisive move off. Shane did not contest. And Micro got in on, it looks like 2 guys with a foot on the objective. And now Shane has initiative, and there's going to be a lot of charges here, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So yeah. Okay. So now that guy that he was out of range and and Shane just brings him in.
Yep. So he wasn't quite in on Veteran Sergeant. Veteran Sergeant's just like, okay, I got a 1-inch re-rolling charge now. Boom, onto that Berserker.
So that almost forces Micro to use Decisive Strike now.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise, that Sergeant's just gonna take him out, with initiative.
Yeah.
And now there's no way Shane's gonna challenge that either. He's gonna save those 3 CP for Death Denied.
Yeah. Well, the Power Fist is at a -1. This is a Veteran Sergeant who is not a combat spec, so he's going to have 3 attacks. That's going to be enough to wipe out this Khorne Berserker potentially. If he does whiff, this Khorne Berserker would get to activate twice, and the Hammer of Wrath phase as a charger to Shane's 1. So it's going to be really important for him to survive. He is probably going to have to decisive. If he decisives, he can kill the charger, the Veteran Sergeant, and then he'll have free reign to split shots on the combat and the Zealot. Actually, no, the Zealot just made a charge.
Yo, look at this.
Oh.
He is in combat 5 guys. So the most so now that's 3 guys kind of striking in as chargers with initiative. So also very significant then is all 5 of those guys are protected from all shooting.
So all those flamers, they don't matter.
Yeah. Plasma gun, it depends on what he does with the leader. Plasma gun could be relevant.
True.
Yeah. So it looks like Shane is going to take for hold 1 or hold. Nope. Okay, I thought he was going to take that side thing. He's just doubling down on holding this objective. He's going to go for hold 1, kill more every round. And he's saying that this objective is safe. He's going to just keep it forever. And he's going to make sure that this Berserker does not get a kill. There's only going to be one thing in fight. He's going to deny shots by keeping everybody in melee, basically. And he's going to make sure that there's 1 kill this round and it's his, and that's all he needs for kill 1, kill more. This is very interesting here. That's what it looks like, at least.
It's crazy. I've never seen a play like this before.
This is unreal, yeah.
Yeah, Shane likes to do this. He will, if there's any shooting on the board, if he can make 1 charge, if you give him 1 guy, he will dogpile his entire team basically into the guy to deny shots, basically. And so that looks like I've seen Shane do this kind of thing quite a bit. I thought that he was going to move over to also take the side objective to deny the hold more to Micro, because Micro, as it stands, even if he loses in this fight phase, he's going to get hold more.
Yeah.
And so Shane is choosing to just take hold 1.
Are all those Space Marines kind of in like the front rank, I guess we'll call it? Are they in are they going to be like eligible to score domination?
So not all of them. Not all of them. But when you figure their pylons, no matter what happens, that's something that Micro is going to have to account for, is that after this combat, they're all going to be scooching forward to fill those holes.
It's going to be interesting
here. So that's why
here.
Shane just doesn't care about contesting hold more.
Yeah, because he's going to go for domination. He's going to kill this Berserker, and he's going to pile in and consolidate with all his dudes. He's just going to cram that center, and then he's going to be looking for like 2-inch charges next round. He's going to decisive. He'll lock up here and be taking this objective from him next turn.
Insane.
Probably. Oh, man. So I think it's on to Micro's movement at this point. And what a movement phase by Shane. There aren't a lot of good choices now for Micro.
No.
So he can charge in his Berserker, but a lot of these guys are going to fight first. Like what he could do is maybe get onto this combat spec who didn't get a charge off, and then have at least an attack there to take away the kill more that Shane's trying to get right now. Because if they can wash on kill 1 and deny a kill more, then Micro still gains 2 points for hold more, plus kill 1, and then it's going to go again to a secondary, it looks like. Man, this is like 4D chess right now.
Yeah.
This is a messy one. It's messy, but so clean. Like the term isn't messy, I guess. It's sharp. Like this is a dangerous situation right now for both players. It's a
double-edged sword.
Yeah, it's like there's around every corner there's the potential for disaster, basically. And we're gonna have to see what happens on this decisive move. Shane's got that 3 locked up. He could try to get greedy and pass something off as a Battle Brothers. That would be interesting if micro decisives. He could go for Battle Brothers instead of a Savior Protocols and fail. But since that's up to
Instead of a
chance,
Savior Protocols,
instead of a what the hell is it called? Oh
Battle
yes,
Brothers.
yeah, Battle Brothers, which is basically Savior Protocols.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
You're certainly
and then
not wrong.
so I mean that's the thing, right? He could go for that and try to save a CP instead of using Death Denied. But Death Denied is so sure that I think it would be kind of a mistake to do that. I don't know.
I think so too.
Because if it passes off, right, he uses the Battle Brothers / Savior Protocols kind of a thing. For those of you that aren't familiar with what the heck Battle Brothers is, it's Savior Protocols with Marines. You pass wounds off. So he could try to do that. But then if he whiffs on the Khorne Berserker, and Khorne Berserker activates again, that could end up being a kill more. I don't know. It's going to be a mess.
And here's the other thing too with Battle Brothers is that the Intercessor Sergeant, who's the only 2-wound model on Shane's roster, he's already been Battle Brothers. So really, Shane's working with a team of 1-wound models right now. If he Battle Brothers, who's he's going to he's going to risk killing one of his models anyway.
Absolutely.
So I think that would be a tremendous waste to do that.
Yeah,
risk killing your model anyway for spending 1 CP. He'll be saving for a Death Denied for sure.
And that definitely did happen in my last game. I passed one off onto a guy. He died. And then it was like, oh, crap. All right, well, at least I got to take my shots. This really matters. And I overcharged, blew up the guy who I had just saved. It's like, no. Jeez. Yeah. This game is a fickle mistress. Okay. What I need to know is what the heck is going to happen with this Khorne Berserker. Is he going to charge the combat at the top of Shane's scrum there?
I don't see why he wouldn't. I think like you see where the blue charge token is now. I feel like he might be able to like kind of sneak in.
That's what I think.
Squeeze in like and be within an inch of those 2 models right there, the combat specialist and the veteran sergeant.
Well, I feel like he would not want the veteran sergeant to have attacks, right? So I think that he might want to come in and see if he can be in with combat and not with veteran. Because then he would definitely get to swing unimpeded at least once. But then see, here's the problem is that as a Khorne Berserker, you kind of want to be charged or get maximum charges off because he'll activate once, maybe kill that combat, and then he wouldn't have a second activation. But with the Storm Shield, maybe it is better to just be into one guy, right?
Yeah.
So he moves in there, gets into Storm Shield Combat Boy, and then we get 2 rounds in the Hammer of Wrath phase, the Charger fight first phase, before anything can happen there, at least on that one guy, hopefully forcing 2 injury rolls from his point of view on that combat. And just using volume of attacks to get through that Storm Shield. And then the interesting thing there is he wouldn't actually need a decisive or anything like that. He would get in and go first there, and he could use his decisive on this Khorne Berserker down here.
Yeah. So Micro's just moved his Chaos Gunner with a Flamer to be within range of the Stern Guard Sergeant leader. So that's pretty scary for Shane there.
And interestingly, he kind of blocked him. He blocked his Khorne Berserker off, so I guess maybe we're not going to see this charge thing that I was talking about.
I mean, honestly, I could see him going for the charge and trying to go up and around down that hallway on the north side of the board.
Yeah.
And just try to get in with that combat spec, and then like re-rolling it if he has to. And if he doesn't get it, he doesn't get it. I could totally see him just keeping that Berserker on the point and then waiting to see how that combat pans out. And because those models are going to be moving down the hallway in the very middle of the board, Shane's models. So like having him there just to like charge or counter charge depending on how initiative goes next round, I could just see that Berserker just standing there, just waiting to see how it all pans out.
Yeah. So are they just trying to determine the charge distance right now, or was it actually rolled for?
He rolled a 7.
Okay,
and
so that's not going to be enough, I don't think.
It's super close.
Oh, he is. He's saying he's in by like 0.1 millimeter.
Yeah, I think he got in.
Oh man, that is big. So he's got there. I wish he wouldn't have moved this Chaos Gunner there yet and made this charge a little bit easier on himself onto that combat. I guess he is re-rolling, so he can kind of scooch around him.
Yeah.
But just in this crucial moment here, the order of operations is a big thing. But, I mean, these are players, they're playing a very tight competitive game right now. It's so close. It's so scary. They're on stream, so there could be little things like that. Or maybe he's just, got some kind of a thing that I'm not seeing right now by moving that guy there first. Maybe he's just going to hold on and keep that Berserker on the objective. Who knows, right?
Yeah. So Micro is showing Vicious Assault, so he's definitely scored a point for that. With 3 successful charges in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So he's got the Vicious Assault now. Ooh, that's interesting.
Okay, so see, now he's measuring down that north side hallway.
Yeah, so he's seeing something different than what I saw.
Yeah, so I think he'll try to charge down that hallway into the combat spec.
Okay, so he's taking the long ways on a lot of these charges.
Yeah.
He's going around. Yeah. I wonder, I mean, he wants to be on here, right? Okay. So that's a way to get into this guy. Oh, he's going for the leader. What do we know his secondaries again? Does he have old school? He doesn't have old school, does he?
No. Micro has data recovery, bounty hunters, Vicious Assault.
Yeah. I don't think he wants to get in with the leader. I think he just wants to get in with that combat spec. Or it looks like he's measuring something different now. But he had set up that Chaos Gunner, and he had measured from the Chaos Gunner to the leader with the flamer.
Okay. So he doesn't want to go take away his shot by getting in with the leader.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I don't think so.
Okay, so he's going to get in. He's doing exactly what we were talking about, boys. He's getting in with this combat outside of range of that veteran, who is a charger and has initiative, so would be able to fight first. He's getting in to where he has the advantage, high-level play, and he's going to have shots with that Chaos Cultist Gunner on the leader, who is not in melee currently. Yeah. So the one model that's not safe right now is getting shots against him. Now, where is that Sniper spec? Sniper spec has not moved yet. He can be holding that point and shooting the leader with plasma. And that would just be so ideal, is to force 2 injury rolls, get that death denied out of the way, saving the leader in the shooting phase. And then Shane wouldn't have it for the melee phase or the fight phase, which is going to be big. It's going to come down to dice. We got to see what the heck is going on there.
Yeah.
What ends up happening. This is a hold on to your butts moment, everybody. We are getting into some crazy stuff here.
I've never seen like a dog pile this big. I don't think.
Yeah.
Just so many models on both sides, just in the same combat, essentially. Because when you think about it, they really are with the Berserkers.
Yeah. Okay, so there's going to be 2 gunners, 2 flamers potentially, depending on where he positions this, able to get onto that leader, and a plasma. But they're having pings right now. Even TTS is like, what is happening with this game? It's freaking out. Yep.
There's a leader right there. Somebody was asking.
Yeah, so leader is at the top back on that point. He's like the one guy who is not in melee right now.
Yeah, he's the guy with the banner.
So he does have him at 8 inches there. He's going to have both Chaos Cultists, both Flamers on that leader, and he still has a plasma that he hasn't moved right here. And he's just going to move him up onto that point and take shots at that leader. He will need 5s. 5 or 6 to get that out of action.
This is such a tough spot for Shane now after all of these Berserker charges. And now that
Yes.
you have that many shots going into your leader, who, like, if Shane wants to keep getting death denied past this turn, he has to keep that leader alive.
Yeah. Well,
But
he's told me before.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying that he's told me before that death denied is a huge part of the strategy for this list.
Yeah. But now it's like, okay, if the leader is going to die here and he needs to choose to death deny him or not, it's like, are you going to be getting diminishing returns by spending that CP now? Or do you want to save that CP for one of the models that's in this combat phase coming up?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
It's like, what do? You got to save the leader, right? Because then that means death denied in a final round. I don't know. Why isn't Micro? Looks like Micro is not going to be moving the sniper. He might be readying him. Oh, they are pinging. Micro is pinging like crazy right now.
Oh, okay.
So that's what's going on. He was checking something, and then all of a sudden he
lagged out.
Yeah, crashing. So they're going to have to rewind. It looks like maybe not. Yep.
He's just
so he's doing
moving him up
exactly
so
what
that
we said.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's going to be
He's
2 plasma
moving up.
shots and 2d6 flamer shots on that leader. Oh,
Yeah,
man. And he's
so-
still got guys to move.
The other thing too is that as it stands right now, I believe there's more of micro models closer to the middle, or closer in that 3-inch diameter domination radius than
Yeah,
there
and
are Shane's models.
And he can only pile in so much now with those other Berserkers moving up.
Right. So now if I was Shane, I would seriously be considering decisive strike at this point.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, right? Because it's like, which one? And that's the thing is now Micro is going to be scoring a secondary for his charges, and he's taking domination away from Shane right here.
Yeah.
Unless something goes, wrong for Micro, which could happen in a dice game. We've seen it. But yeah, I mean, decisive is so big here because decisive, think about it like this, right? Micro decisives, Shane decisives to contest. Then it comes down to RNG. Whereas if he just lets Micro decisive, Shane will always have that death denied, which is more definite and able to just, it's the more sure shot. And so a lot of times what you see players doing is trying to eliminate the random as much as they can, even if it's going to cost an extra CP or something like that. They're just trying to minimize dice and things that's out of their hand. They want to take the most control that they can.
Yeah. If you're Micro, you kind of have to decisive strike here, right? Like, he's got so many charges in, but the act of him decisive striking here with I guess just the Corn Berserker in the very front rank, like decisive striking with him would be like massive, because then it puts Shane in a tough spot. It's like, okay, do I contest here or what? And just like putting him in a tough spot in this type of combat with there's just so many variables right now. Just because of Corn Berserkers being the way it's like if he doesn't do it, I'm gonna be seriously surprised.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be huge. We got to see if these gunners make him use the death denied to save that leader before the fight phase. So leader gets shots first. He's doing 2 shots into plasma, and now this is the AP2 bolter. He's going to be obscured. Okay, he's going to be hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
So he's obscured, but not long range. 2 shots. Gets a hit. That's a wound.
That's a wound.
AP2, so he's got a 5-up save.
Oh boy.
And he failed. Get it.
Is he going to reroll? Nope, he needs a 5-up. Oh, he got a flesh wound. Oh, Shane, don't reroll it, Shane. Don't reroll it. Okay, so he's not going to reroll it. Woo! He's asking, he's saying, do I give up death denied? You better not right now, dude.
Yeah.
I
not
mean,
with the way the situation is.
He could contest Decisive Strike then, though, and just kind of go that play. You know, kind of use those 3 CP for these 2 different roles instead of the 1 Death Denied.
Whew, yeah. Decisions. All right, so now he gets to take his shot with Plasma.
Oh, God.
I guess he's going to go Flamer first. Because he wants
Yeah,
that
why
2d6 injury with flesh wounds if he can get it. Oh, he's got a 6.
Wow.
D6 auto hits. He gets 6. First 1 wounds. He's making him roll it 1 at a time. He's slow rolling Shane right now.
Yeah,
so Shane
and
gets
honestly, there's no, I don't think there's a point in doing that because this model doesn't have a storm shield or anything.
Yeah. Shane just failed. Shane just failed the roll. He failed a save.
A 2-up save. Yeah, it's a 1 wound model, so this is going to go straight to the. Well, no,
He's
it's not
gotta
going to
think.
go straight. He needs to decide here.
Yep. He's thinking this is going to be the mistake that wins Micro the game if he plays this wrong.
I would not be thinking about Battle Brothers in this.
Because he could Battle Brothers and then he would still be able to decisive. Oh, he's saying go for it. He's letting him roll on the leader, which puts him at, if this is a success, he has to Death Denied. He gets out of action. So he's out of action. Is he going to use Death Denied? This is huge.
Yeah.
He's got to use it. He's going to let him go. Oh.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that was a good play from Shane, given the situation.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
holy
you're
crap.
going to be behind on the CP anyway. If you were to Death Deny right now, and his leader model, for all he's worth, he's not the key to the way this roster works. The key is those front rank melee combat models.
Yeah. Well, this means he has 1 more Death Denied this round, basically, because he's going to get it 1 time, and he's not going to have enough CP to get it in the final round.
Yeah.
So we're going into fight phase. Micro's decisiving, and Shane says, go ahead.
Yeah.
This is what we expected. Let's see what happens here. Who's he fighting first with? So he's fighting with the guy that got charged.
Yeah.
And he's putting everything into the Intercessor Sergeant. He's going for the kill this round.
Interesting.
Okay, hold on. He's changing his mind. Axe.
Yeah.
Axe into the Assessor. Other attacks into the Zealot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So here's the Axe first. He's looking for 3s. He's going to slow roll it. So that's the first. He's slow rolling these. So that's the first one. Hit and wounds. Intercessor gets a 4-up.
Oh, man.
Fails it. So it goes to an injury roll. Hold on. Who's Shane's thinking? He's thinking about re-rolling and giving up Death Denied.
Well, now that he knows that he can't get Death Denied again, he could re-roll this armor save and then get Death Denied next turn.
True. Yep, he would save it for next round. He's letting him roll it, I think. Oh, hold on. He's saying, let me think again. Oh, man, guys, this game. This game, though.
Yeah, seriously. This is wild.
What is the chat doing? What's going on in chat?
Yeah.
Are you guys going crazy, too? Are you not entertained, right? I mean, this is amazing. What a final match, or what a final best of 3. This is just the first game out of 3.
I know, right?
Potentially.
I know, right? Jeez.
I mean, Shane, this is such a huge decision right now. Shane has got to be sweating right now.
And they're going to be making these decisions all over again. Like, I can't imagine playing potentially 3 games in a row.
The worst part is, Micro is ahead right now. I mean, in this exchange. And this was the map that was supposed to be one of Shane's wins, is what Shane thought, because, they picked the maps basically beforehand. And this was supposed to be one that was favorable to Shane. And Micro is now looking like he could take this. And this is also big because that was a 6. And as far as I remember, it was a 6 and should have generated another attack, I thought, because of the death of the False Emperor. But I think that he forgot that.
He's rolling right next to the reminder, too. But yeah. No, like, really, how much does that come up?
Yeah.
Well,
against
when you have
storm
12
shields, I guess matters, right?
Yeah.
Against storm shields. Yeah. I mean, the thing too is he's been slow rolling, right? So it's
Dang.
like if it goes through.
He's saying go for it. He's saying go for it.
Man.
Here we
Oh,
go.
man.
Injury roll. Looking for a 4-up. Oh, he's saying hold on. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Who's a slow thinker now, Shane? Come on.
Yeah, seriously.
No, you can't blame him.
This is huge. 64 other
Such a
players
tough
beat out to get to
spot.
this point. To get to this roll right here. 64 players. He's
The
saying
past-
roll it.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
and it's out.
Unreal.
Now he's considering the death deny. Wow. This game, though.
Yeah.
He says he's going to death deny.
Oh,
So 3
man.
CPs. Gives him back a flesh wound.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. So Micro still got attacks onto this zealot. He's got his chainsword attack. Hits. Does not wound. So Shane's now moving to pick a charge. He's got a few to choose from here.
Yeah.
He's going with Zealot first, of course. You want Zealot to attack before this guy gets to attack a second time.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, at this point, they.
Okay, 2 in the veteran. Yeah, I thought this was a Zealot up here, but it's his Zealot. So, okay, he's going 2 into the veteran first. 2 on the veteran, I mean. Here we go. 2 hits.
2 hits.
He's going to looking for 3s to hit or wound. Rerolling failed. So 1 wound, 1
So
reroll.
now
So
it's
reroll
two.
for 3.
Yeah.
Yep, because the lightning claw rerolls. These are saves. He's looking for 3s, and he got. Nope, needed 5. That's right.
Yeah, if you
Maybe
minus 1,
2 on
that's
the
an out of
claw.
action.
So only 1 damage, and he got him. The out of action.
Nice.
Okay. But still, so Shane has kill 1. Micro currently has 2 out of actions. Points, I should say. So he's looking for another charger. He's going to do. So Micro is looking for targets right now. He's prioritizing who has charged against him. So he's taking the guy who already fought, and he's going to fight with him again.
Yeah, that's just a good fundamental move.
Yeah. So he's going to go. I think he's going to split attacks. So here we go. 2 attacks. I'm not sure this is on. Both hit. Both wound. 2 4-ups. Not 1. Goes to another injury roll for Micro here. Oh.
It's a 1. No CP. So
No CP to reroll.
Yeah.
And that was the already flesh wounded one. He only needed a 3-up.
Yeah, so flesh wound.
Man.
What's interesting now is that Intercessor's only going to be hitting on 5s because he will be feeling that flesh wound. And he's at a -1 because of the power fist.
Yeah, that's right.
So that is a severely nerfed model now.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
3 attacks. 3 attacks.
Yeah.
Hitting on
3
5s,
attacks.
he should get 1 in.
Yeah. Okay, so Veteran Sergeant is coming back. 3 attacks into the Corn Berserker. Hitting on 4s because of -1 with the power fist. He gets a hit.
Oh, yeah.
Wounds on 2, AP3. He gets a 6-up save. Let's see if Micro can do it. No, he does not. D3 damage.
Ooh.
1 damage. Shane is not getting lucky here. And he gets a
No.
flesh wound.
Jeez.
It's a flesh wound. Oh, man.
This is why
big.
I hate obliteration, man. At least with
Yeah.
Astartes, because it's. I mean, like, yeah, it sounds good, and you're bound to get at least a couple or even 3, like 2 damage hits with a power fist with this list. But it's like,
Yeah.
man, whenever you whiff with a power fist like that, it's just so tough to take. You
No,
didn't even
dude.
whiff, really.
No, on LVO 2021,
So we
I
have a
believe
combat.
Obliteration does trigger on D3 damage weapons.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
Combat spec hits. He gets 2 hits. He's re-rolling 1. 3 hits. 3 wounds. Oh my god. So Shane misses all of that. So we go to an injury roll. Looking for D3, 2 damage. We're looking for, he gets it out of action. So Shane has lost this game at this point. And this was on a map that was supposed to be favorable to him. So there's also going to be a map that's favorable to Micro in the next round, I believe. And this could be it. So Intercessor Sergeant's going 3 attacks, hitting on 5s now because of Flesh Wound. He gets the 1, winning on 2. He gets it, AP3, so there's only 6 up here for Micro. Nope. D3, gets 2.
And
He got him. Got him. Okay. Whew, that needed to happen.
This is an incredibly bloody game.
What's interesting here is with that kill, Shane was able to get a bounty hunter token, whereas the Berserker so far has not been able to do that with his kills. So that's going to keep things tighter, at least in terms of the score.
Yeah.
If Shane comes back from that, this is going to be a big, big moment in history of Kill Team.
Yeah. I don't think it's by any means over, honestly.
Well, we're going to see, because we have basically, think of this as 4 chargers. This combat spec is going to have, he gets to go one more time, and that's going to be another 4 attacks into the already flesh-wounded Intercessor, so he's gone.
The already double flesh-wounded Intercessor.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So there we go. And he's forgetting his False Emperor yet again. So he's going to go again.
I feel like if the Post-it note wasn't covered in blood and it was easier to read, then he would probably remember it easier. I don't know.
So here we go again. He's fighting with the Berserker one more time. All 3 hit. All 3 wounds. So this is exactly what Micro needs to just, force him to roll and fail. So another injury. Here we go.
Yeah, this is the thing with Storm Shields.
Out of action. Wow. This could be another bounty. So that's the round.
Shane's going to be in morale trouble.
No, he's not going to be in morale trouble.
Maybe not this turn, but
yeah, he will have to make a break test here because of his flesh wound Intercessor Sergeant, but all of his guys are leadership 8 and up, and he's also re-rolling failed nerve tests. So he should be fine here with Astartes morale.
But this is going to be hold 1, hold more, kill 1, kill more for Micro either way.
Yeah.
He's got to take a break test. On a 9, he breaks. Highest LD is... Nope, he's saying a 10, but that's not possible. Oh, yeah, he's looking for a 10 to break. Okay. All right. I thought he was saying his highest LD was 10. I was like, no, my friends. No. But it was he was looking for a 10 to break, so he's okay. He survived. He needs to take a nerve test on his Cessor. Shane only gets 1 CP in this next round. And Micro is now peeled into the lead. He denied domination.
Still a close game. 6-7, but yeah.
So Shane just rolled a double 1 for initiative. So Shane's going second here. He only has 1 CP in the bank right now.
Yeah. So
2 more rounds to go.
I guess this is kind of good for Shane, because
he's going to get locked up. Right? Let me think about this. Is he in with this guy?
Like how?
Oh, he's in. Never mind.
Yeah,
I thought these were outside.
They're already locked in combat. So these models can, if they're not already in combat, just get in.
True.
You know what I would
do?
do?
Make the charge now.
What would you do?
I would follow these Berserkers back around and try to limit like where he could run away and set up the plasma and the flamers again. Like, because you could move like your Chaos Cultist here, basically, and trap these guys in a kill box and just not let them escape. And you take a flamer and put them here. Since they can't charge, right? You can really limit where they can run. You can fall back with a guy here, fall back with the second combat here, take the cultist gunner here, he'd have shots, plasma readies. This guy who's by the door moves to here, and then now the guy cannot escape. Shane would not be able to move these models away, and he'd get a free round of shooting, basically. And it would be another hold one, hold more. He would completely deny kill more because Shane only would have melee at that point. But other than grenades, right? He could throw grenades with one guy.
Get his obliteration with his crack
Yeah.
grenade.
There we go. Yeah. Wow, guys. I don't want to say, I guess I spoke too soon when I said that it was lost for Shane at this point, but damn, it sure looks strongly in Micro's favor right now. He's going to charge. Oh, he's going to try and keep him locked up. He's going to charge. Oh, so Micro just stayed put?
No, is that a CP?
I don't think so. Micro
Um,
just stayed. Oh, Shane is decisiving, I
yeah,
guess.
I think that was decisive.
Oh, which is smart because now this guy can't fall back, so he can't do quite what I was talking about now.
So at least those two guys are safe.
Yeah. Ooh, what a way to spend last CP, huh? Losing initiative on a double one roll. And then needing the decisive with it. And that's your last CP. You got 2 more rounds to go with only 1 CP each.
Now, Ryan, do you feel like you need to say "I told you so"? I told you so because you went white scars, which would have been very relevant here.
Absolutely not. I'm 100% on Black Templars being the correct choice in this format.
Seeing Shane run him, I mean, this list has been like Pac-Man in any other game, just like, well, what, you know, going through and gobbling everything up. It made me a convert as well. I think Black Templars is amazing in Arena. See what happens, guys. We knew that last round was going to be huge, and it was going to come down to dice. The initiative was so important there.
Well, injury rolls, really.
Yeah. Oh, man, he nailed so many 6s, didn't he? Micro? He did so well. We got somebody, Oodsickle, saying cries in Custodes. What are you crying about in Custodes for? Oodsickle in the chat. What's wrong with Custodes?
Well, because we're saying Shane's in trouble because he only has 3 models on the board, but that's all Custodes starts with.
Yeah, makes sense, right? Yep. Ooh. They're thinking of stuff. Yeah, so Micro's going to fall one guy back. He's got 2 CP to strike first. He's not worried about that charger. Well, actually, no, that wouldn't be a good move because this guy could still run away on initiative. So that decisive really did stop some things from happening. But this Intercessor Sergeant, again, he got 3 attacks, but he's hitting on 5s because the -1 from the Flesh Wound, -1 from the Power Fists. So it's not a huge threat. So he's just falling back with Assessor Sergeant. Smart move. But he's got to make sure he's not coming to within 1 inch of the Chaos Cultist. He's trying to deny shots, but he might have just moved to within 1 inch of this guy. Yeah, so he's too close to this Chaos Cultist right now. He actually can't move quite that far. Oh, I guess he's okay. So that's going to be another bounty hunter for Shane. Tying the game.
Fully.
Ooh. Is that one flamer shot?
So, 3 up. No saves.
Flamer shot. 3 up. Okay.
He has one shot. One
Yeah.
shot saved.
They're questioning if that flamer can see him. I do believe he can.
To it. So much clutter in the way.
Yeah, I think he can see him. I think he's got him.
And then it comes down to you got to measure where they see.
Yeah,
him.
but he's just got to see any part, and he's got that giant claw sticking out in the way. I guess maybe that's what's blocking it.
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
looking at it from the perspective of the chaos cultist right now as best as I can, and
Okay.
because
It's hard because he's leaning over, right? The guy's like,
It's not
because
even-
of the way that Corn Berserker is positioned. Yeah.
yeah, and the flamer is like tilted, so he's taking off some height from his model there.
All right,
Yeah,
Micro
right,
is
so
decisive striking.
Of course, you
Of
have
course.
to right now. He's doing 4 attacks with the combat, hitting on 3s, I believe, right? 3 hits. There we go. Winning on 2s. There we go. 3 ups. And he does it.
Makes them all.
Man.
Oh,
Finally, the storm shield that he paid 5 points for on 4 of his models finally works.
yeah. There's the
As
chain sword.
advertised.
Hits and wounds, and this is going to be the one he fails. And needs another 3 up. Yep.
Oh,
There's one.
Whoa.
Knew it. So
Don't
here comes the
even.
injury. Only 1d6,
Okay.
but it's a flesh wound.
Wow.
Jeez,
Oh.
he got lucky there.
And, yeah, and neither
Oh,
player has
God.
rerolls. So here
No.
comes the lightning claw into the combat spec.
With the zealot bonus.
Yeah. Oh, wait. He is a zealot, and he charged, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
He's gonna be
this
hitting
could
on
get
3s.
real tasty, real fast.
2 hits. He's winning on 3s, rerolling all failed.
Oh,
No, he's winning on 4s,
man.
rerolling all failed. He gets 1. AP2, so there's a 5 up that Micro needs to make.
He'll make
He
it.
makes it. Oh my god. The 6 is
Micro
this game.
makes all his saves, dude. It's unreal.
Oh my goodness. So now he gets to hit back again with his choice of berserkers, I believe. He can hit back again with the combat or this non-spec Corn Berserker. So big. Oh my. Okay, so he's based D Veteran Sergeant, so there's not going to be any pile-ins or consolidate shenanigans available to Shane. And here we go. 3 attacks. He only gets the 1. Be winning on 4s, I believe. No, 3s
Yeah.
because strength 5. Strength 5. Okay.
Oh, that's
The
right.
wounds. Makes it. Okay, so Shane is safe with that storm shield. He's going to hit back. He's at a -1. So all hit. Wounding on 2s. He only gets the 1,
wow.
though. So, all right, Micro needs another 6 up.
Oh,
Oh,
my
no.
God.
Every
Unreal.
the only
time,
thing.
man.
That's the
Every
only thing that
time.
would have saved him. Oh, my
It's a
God.
repeat of my game.
And now he gets to hit back with both of those guys that would have been in an injury roll. So he's going to hit back with the combat now, it looks like. Holy crap.
Micro has got the toughest berserkers on the planet.
Yeah,
They
they're like Death Guard
consistently make their
berserkers.
6-up saves. It's unreal.
They are
Man,
disgustingly resilient berserkers.
He really lucked out on not facing Necrons in these finals with all these 60s he's rolling.
Yep.
Yeah,
He
seriously.
almost saw one. So
Whew. Looks like Micro's going to split shots. Nope. I guess he's just going to do everything into him. So here we go. 3s. He gets it with everybody. Every shot. He gets
Just one.
Just the 1. 3 up. Oh, another fail.
Dude.
3 takes him out of action. He's done. Nope. It's only he didn't have a flesh wound, right? Yeah, so it's a flesh wound. He's not out of action.
okay.
But now
Yeah.
Shane is broken because everybody is either out of action or has
Right.
a flesh wound. Now this is a shame that he doesn't have any CP because Astartes could gain D3 right here if he had 1 CP to gamble. You spend 1 CP to gain D3 when you break as a Stardies. All right, so Shane is calling it. Oh. So game 1 goes to Micro on the map that was favorable to Shane.
Yeah.
That is massive. So there goes Shane's. Shane said he was going to 2-0 him. And now we are at least going to see 1 win for Micro.
Well, he'll just 2-0 him over the course of the next 2 games.
Yes. So the first game
Shane's
didn't count.
technically not wrong.
Oh, man. With that, I got to go find
Storm
a charger real quick so I can keep watching at the Twitch chat. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys?
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm going
Holy
to
crap.
swap over to the mic on my PC. I'll call back into the channel in a second.
All right, so for those of you guys watching, insane game 1. We just saw Micro take the first out of potential 3, because it's best of 3. First game goes to Micro. Can Shane come back in the next 2 games? We'll see. Or if now, I mean, this is huge. All that has to happen is for Micro to win 1 more, and he has won the largest kill team tournament that we've ever seen, regardless of the fact that it's on TTS. We had 65 players, 63 defeats to happen to get these 2 players where they are here, both undefeated until now. Shane has finally taken a loss in this tournament. And they're setting up for game 2. We will be right back in just a moment.